In today's tip, we're going to talk about adding appointments into your calendar. There are a few different types of appointments. There's appointments just for yourself, there's appointments for everybody that works in your organization, and there's also appointments that you can assign to staff members. And once you put in those appointments, they'll show up here in your calendar, and you'll be able to see all the information for the day by selecting a day. The day that it is current is highlighted, and also you'll be able to filter by week view, day view, choose different options for filtering as well. So to get started, a few ways to add an appointment. The first way is simply by clicking on your calendar and selecting plus new event. And once you're on the new event page, here's all the details that you can add to an event. I'll go over them one by one, and then I'll also show you other ways to add appointments straight from a customer profile, for example. So in this case, we can manually assign it to a customer. So I can start typing a customer, he'll pop up, and then I can put him in. But the other way is from the client profile itself. You can go down, we'll grab one of our demonstration ones here, and we'll wait for that to load. Once the client profile loads, we can click on more and then new event. From there, it takes us back to that same page that we showed you before. And from here, you can add in all the necessary details for an appointment. For example, you can choose the start date, when the appointment's supposed to be. You can also choose the time of day. You can choose the time required for that appointment. You can choose whether it's mobile service, if it's done at a different location. If it's done at your own business, then you can leave that unchecked. Disable feedback request, that's if you want to disable the automated Google review request. You can mark this event urgent. That'll show up with different icons on your calendar so that you know it's an urgent event. All of these fields you can ignore or use at your will. So quantity, maybe your business requires quantity fields. You can put in the quantity. You can give it a title. This is for your internal use. So we can say, John car cleaning. Then we can give it some details, clean interior and exterior. We can give it a price tag. So let's say this customer is paying $125. Then we can select our services. So we can select detailing, but you can also add multiple services if the customer is coming for more than one thing. So we can add multiple services. As you can see, these are just demonstration things. We've thrown in some demo data that we're using to show these videos. Then we can also assign to a staff member. So you can click here and you can assign to a staff member that's going to be taking care of the job. By default, it assigns to yourself. And if you have a service or product selected, it will be available in the main calendar. If, let's say, you remove all the products and services and there's no product or service, this will be an event only for you. It's more like a reminder, and it won't actually send any info to the customer. If, however, you select a service and there's a customer chosen, the customer will receive notifications because they'll need to know information about their appointment, like it's been booked or it's complete or there's an update, things like that. Then we already showed how to do the assign to customer field. When you do it from the customer profile, it pre-fills in this info, but you can always change this to something else simply by searching in the box. And then you can also attach files to the appointment. So you can add 2 files here by file upload, or you can also do cloud files such as Google Drive, Dropbox, and you can paste the link here as well. Those will then be available on the appointment details within your calendar. And the last part about creating an appointment is whether or not this event repeats. Most of your events likely won't repeat. However, if you do have some that are scheduled every month or every 2 weeks, something like that, you have lots of options down here, such as repeat every X days. So we want this to repeat every 10 days, let's say. And for how long, you can choose an end date. So it's going to end on the 31st, or you can just leave that blank and it'll be forever. So there's other options you can do: number of years, number of months, specific day of the month. So if we want this to be every on the 15th, then you can also do every X week of the month. So let's say the 4th week of the month, and then you choose the day that you want it to be sent, Friday, and then you can also change every X day of the week. So we want this to send out every Tuesday and Friday. And so it's going to now repeat this event every Tuesday and Friday, for example. So lots of options under the recurring section. And then once you've put in your event, it's now going to show up in your calendar here, and you'll be able to click and you'll see a whole list of all the day's events. And from here, you'll be able to view the details and see different things, as well as interact with the event you just created. So that's it in a nutshell. Creating events is pretty straightforward.